Alright, what is going on, everybody? I wanted to do a full walk around here today of my 1995 Jeep Cherokee Sport, also known as the XJ. As you can see, this is in fact a two-door 5-speed Cherokee here, so it's a pretty desirable setup. Pretty nice Jeep. It does need some work. I am going to I'll go over everything that it needs, everything that's done to it, but it does need some work, things I'm going to take care of shortly. Probably next few months I'll try to address everything. But I guess we'll start from the front here, work our way along the side, and then we'll get to the back, and you know, that way you guys know every single thing that's done to this, at least as of now. In the future there may be more things I'm doing, but starting up front, I have the affordable off-road Shorty Elite Stinger bumper here. I have it painted in Doopy color, bed armor, stuff you can buy like AutoZone. It's pretty good. I love the bumper. I think it looks great. The Doopy color, I like it because it's nice and thick and textured. Some people like it, some people don't. It is what it is, you know, to each his own. I personally like the way it looks. But this bumper's held up great. The only problem I had with it, not necessarily the bumper's fault, it's just kind of, you know, the way it's set up, is my other Jeep did not have unibody stiffeners, as this Jeep does. As you can see, it's got plates welded in here up front. And when you buy this bumper, it comes with plates that mount through all these holes here. Comes with like, you know, 5-6 bolts you mount into the unibody. Well, unfortunately, the plate would not mount with the unibody stiffener. So we actually had to cut the plate, and the bumper is not as strong as it used to be because now it's only held on by 2 bolts on each side compared to, you know, 6-7 bolts on each side. So we'll have to see how it holds up. I haven't had to use it yet. Personally, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be all right. I mean, if anything's going to fail, it's not going to be the bumper. This is not going to fail. And the unibody certainly ain't going to fail, especially with the stiffeners. If it is going to fail, it's either going to be with the plate or with the bolts. So if anything does fail, I think it's going to be something that's easily fixed. And I actually kept the back of the plate, so I'm thinking if worse comes to worse, maybe I could just put you know, weld the plates on here, because now I'll be flush. Weld the plates on, and then maybe I don't know, maybe put a couple tack welds onto the unibody stiffeners. I don't know, we'll have to see. Like I said, I haven't had to use the bumper yet, so I don't know exactly how strong it's going to be. We'll find out. It's got a Badlands 12,000-pound winch, Harbor Freight. It's been pretty good so far, no complaints, besides the fact that it is slow. And it's a pain trying to free spool. I've seen videos of people, you know, they put their winch on free spool and they just, you know, they just pull it right out like it's no problem. This one, you can't free spool. I mean, you got to be strong to free spool it. It is probably because it's cable and not rope, but it's just, it's a pain. It really is. I usually just use the, you know, the mechanism. You know, I keep it on lock and then just use the wireless remote, which I have attached right here. Here's the wireless remote. I keep the box tucked up in the back here by the bumper. I don't know if you can see, but that's where I keep the wireless remote. But other than that, my 2 complaints there, which really aren't that big a deal considering the price. I only paid like 290 bucks for it, or like 300 bucks or something. I really can't complain. So the D links here are Smitty built 3/4 D links. They've been great, no issues. There's different brands you can get. They're probably all the same, to be honest with you, but I just got the Smitty built ones. The headlights here are Genesee LED headlights. They have the halos. They're nice and bright. I like them. I've had no issues with them. They're not too bright. They're actually DOT approved, so don't have to worry about that. We get down to the bottom. It has the Rough Stuff 1-ton steering. Right here, you know, here's the steering here. This is the track bar. This is the oh god, I forget what it is. It's the Rough Stuff 1-ton steering, so that's what you're looking at here. I believe it is the GM 1-ton steering. I'm not sure. Like I said, it was on the Jeep when I purchased it, so I'm not sure if he which 1-ton steering it is, but I think that's what it is. The GM style. Has Heim joints, as you can see. Here's the Heim joints. I believe this is also a rough stuff diff cover. As you can see, the axle is trussed. It is a Dana 30 with 48 gears. Front axle is locked. It has a Yukon lunchbox locker in the front axle. The rear Dana 35 is open, no locker, so it does have lockers up front, and I'll tell you what, you notice a huge difference off-roading with lockers. So something else I forgot to mention, it does have Yukon lunchbox locker in the front. And that is up front. I don't think there's anything else. The shocks, I don't know the shocks. I don't know if they came with the Clayton kit or if they're a rough country shock, because I know the rough country shocks are silver like these, so it actually may be a rough country shock, I'm not sure. But worst comes to worst, I could always replace them. I'm not too worried about it. The tire setup here is a 35 12.5 R15 on American racing rims. I believe they're a 15x8, and the tires are a Pro Comp Extreme MT2. So far I love these tires. I really haven't had any issues. Any little minor holes that I have gone in, they've just torn it up. They've been doing great. So these tires, they seem to really grip well. Go in the center here. Once again, it's got a 6.5, actually I don't know if I have mentioned it. It's got a 6.5 inch Clayton long arm. Here's a long arm mounted back here, as you can see. It is a 3-link setup. I'll show you up front. It's a 3-link setup, so there's only one control arm, not one, yeah, the upper control arm right here that connects to the back on the lower control arm. So this is a 3-link Clayton long arm, 6.5 inch. It has an MP231 transfer case. It has a slip yoke eliminator, also known as an SYE. I'm not sure of the brand, but any slip yoke eliminator is going to be the same thing. It has front and rear Adams drive shafts. So far they've been pretty good. I mean, a drive shaft is a drive shaft, but so they're, you know, extended drive shafts to fit the 6.5 inch lift. Like I said before, it does have unibody stiffeners on the middle part here. As you can see, it's plated, and then in the back, I mean on the back, the front, there's also stiffeners as well. As you can see, my rocker has been cut out. He was going to put rock sliders on, and I guess he lost interest in the Jeep, whatever happened. So I'm actually probably just going to have someone weld in new just regular rocker panels. I'm not going to do rock sliders. I don't need them. I don't plan on rock crawling anytime soon, so I will have that replaced eventually. The fender here is all cut up as well. I'll have to get that fixed. Come along the side, it has the smoker window in the front, then it has the vent windows in the rear. So pretty desirable setup, pretty nice. Come along to the back, he has cut and folded the rear quarter panel. The front fenders are cut. This is also cut and folded, the rear quarter, which is good because something that, you know, gives you some more clearance. I actually like the way it looks. I think it looks pretty decent. I don't care either way whether it's not cut or cut, but since it's already cut, it's good because I can fit larger tires, or had the larger tires, no problem. So it's good that he did it. Once again, the leaf springs are a Clayton leaf spring setup. The shock, not too sure of the setup. I'm just assuming it is a, you know, it could be a rough country. I don't know. They're silver like a rough country shock, so I couldn't tell you there. The rear is a Dana 35, 48 gears to match the front. So this thing likes to crawl. You put it in full-wheel drive low in first gear, I can literally just take my foot off the clutch and it crawls. So it's got a nice, nice low gearing on it. It is the 4.0 high output. The rear bumper is once again an affordable off-road rear bumper. with, once again, the Smitty built 3/4 inch D-links. They've been great, no issues so far. The housings here, the taillight housings are smoked. He's added tint all the way around. I think it looks pretty good at the tint on there. So it's tinted. He smoked these out. Nothing too much on this side to show. Once again, same tire and rim setup. Same leaf spring. I mean, this is pretty much it. I don't know what else to describe here on the outside. I mentioned the transfer case is the 231. Though I don't know what type of exhaust is on here, but it sounds pretty good. I'll add in a clip so you guys can hear, you know, what the exhaust sounds like, but it sounds pretty good. I can't see a name on the muffler. I don't know what it is, but it's got a nice little sound to it, so I really can't complain. As you can see, the seats are in pretty decent condition. There's no rips. A couple little stains. Those aren't stains. That's actually from the dirt here on the windshield. But there's a stain there. You know, they're a little stained up. It's fine. You know, I'm going to use this thing for out in the woods. I'm going to camp with it and everything else. So, as long as they're not torn up, these stains can easily come out. These are definitely savable seats. You can see you have the rear seats back here. Once again, pretty decent shape. A little stained up. Nothing to, you know, write home about. Nothing crazy. The carpet is still in it. Now it does need new floors. You know, the floors are original. They're not that bad, but I want to get this thing. I want to restore it. I'm not going to do a full-on restoration, but any problems that it has, I want to just fix. Any rust, take care of all that. I want it to be a really nice, you know, woods truck. Because I don't like completely beat myself up out in the woods. So even if I take it out in the woods, it's still going to be a nice truck. I'll show you guys how the vent windows work. As you can see, you pull this tab out here, and then it locks right into place, just like that. Real simple. Just once again, you pull it out when you want to use it, and boom, it just locks right into place. So it's nice to have these. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't really noticed too much of a you know, ventilation. I mean, I guess it helps a little bit, but you know, if it's 90 degrees outside, they're not really going to help that much. But it is cool to have. There's something, you know, I think it's cool how they pop out like that. And if you don't know, the two doors have a little thing here, a little tab, so you can push the seat forward, as the four doors do not have that. So that's nice to have. Actually, sometimes people, they take these seats out and put them in four doors. That way they have a little more room if they want to haul something. They could push the seat all the way forward and then fold this forward to get even more room. I've seen people do that, which is pretty smart. This is a 95, so if you know your Jeeps, you know that these generations actually don't have cup holders anywhere. Like if you look, there's no cup holders. But something that I found out after I purchased this, as the two doors have cup holders, as you can see here. This may be an option, I don't know. I'm just assuming that they all come with the cup holders there. But so in case, you know, someone's like, oh, the old styles never had cup holders, you know, none of them did. You know, you can challenge them and say, hey, you know what? The two doors had cup holders, and I could even show you a picture. Or you can just show them my video. And then you'll see the cup holders. The seats work the same as way as a four-door would. Got the little tabs here, just pull it forward. Then you can store stuff underneath there. Real simple. I gotta get rear seat belts. As you can see, there's no seat belts. I gotta get that taken care of. But everything inside of here is a standard, you know, Jeep Cherokee. The two doors were no different than the, you know, four doors in the Cherokee models. Just the fact that the door's a little bit larger, and it has cup holders, and the seats fold. That's really it. Other than that, everything is the same in here. This is the AX15, like I mentioned before. MP231 transfer case. This has a new clutch in it, new master cylinder, new slave cylinder. So you can see the door sticker. This door is Jeepless. The guy made it so you can take the doors on and off. You just got to unplug the wiring, which isn't that big a deal. Getting the doors off is fine. Getting the doors back on, now that is the challenge. But I took them off once. It was cool driving around. I haven't done it again because it's just, like I said, it's really a pain getting the doors on. I don't know if it's even worth it. The 4-doors are better for that because the doors are lighter. And with this being a 2-door, so the door's larger and also a 6.5-inch lift, it's kind of hard to get it on. You can't do it by yourself. It's at least a 2-man job, at the very least. You kind of need 3 people to do it. It's really a pain. Power windows, power locks. So the doors are all power, as you saw. I don't really know what else to share about it here. I mean, this is pretty much it. This is my new, my new toy. It's got an Arxon 64-inch roof rack. As you can see, it has the extenders on here. You can make it so the Jeep, you can take the center part out and then just connect the rear and the front and put them together and have a smaller roof rack. But I like the larger look. In fact, I actually wanted to buy another extender and have the roof rack even larger, but good enough for now, not a problem. We'll pop the hood. I'll show you underneath the hood. It's got 197,000 miles on it. Probably more than that at this point because I need a new vehicle speed sensor or a new gear. So my speedometer and mileage isn't working, but it should. I think it's still under 200,000 miles. I don't know the exact mileage, to be honest with you, but it's under 200,000, I'm pretty sure. Pop the hood. The place. But here's the hood. Just a regular 4.0 here. No modifications done. It is bone stock, at least to my knowledge. I don't think it has anything done to it. And it runs great. Doesn't burn oil, at least to my knowledge. I haven't seen it consuming any oil yet. There's definitely no blue smoke. I haven't seen any blue smoke. So whether it, maybe it might burn it a little bit or consume it, I just don't notice. But as of right now, it seems to be running pretty strong. Has decent oil pressure. It's not perfect. Could be a little bit better, I'd say, the oil pressure, but it's not bad. It doesn't knock, tick, so it's pretty good. And that's pretty much it, guys. Just a standard 4.0 in there. Like I said, nothing really done to it. Alright, so man, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know how you feel about it. Personally, I love it. This is, to me, like the holy grail Jeep. This is everything that I wanted. Nice color. It's a 2-door, 5-speed. It has both the vent windows, the front and rear, which is really awesome. I love that. I mean, I don't know, guys. To me, this is the holy grail Jeep. I don't think it gets any better than this. Unless maybe it was a 94, I didn't have an airbag. That's really about the only thing that I can think of that I don't want. Because the 95s and 96s had airbags. So, the steering was actually growing on me. I used to absolutely hate the steering wheel. But now that I'm driving it, I actually don't mind the steering wheel that much anymore. I don't like the airbag. But it is what it is. Not the end of the world. I mean, it wasn't something that deterred me from buying it. So I'll make a little list of things that it needs. It needs an alignment done. I'm working on that. It needs new ball joints. It needs a new Heim joint in the track bar here, so I got to get a new Heim joint. It needs a few things like that. Like I said, the ball joints. I'm gonna get the rust fixed on it. Needs new floors. I'm also gonna do the rear hatch as well. I could probably get all new floors, front and rear and hatch, for like $500. So I'm gonna get that taken care of. It's not horrible, but as you can see, there's just, it's got a hole here and a hole over there. So not horrible, not the end of the world, but I just want to get all the rust fixed on it. Like I said, I do want to restore it, not fully restore it. I'm gonna keep the paint the way it is, but I don't want to have any rust on it. I want it to be a really nice woods truck, so then I can camp, take out to the beach, whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. You know, I don't really know what else there is to talk about it. Any questions, comments, or anything like that, just, you know, post them down below in the comment section. I'm going to have more videos of this. I'm going to do some off-roading stuff. You know, and this is going to be, I plan on keeping this thing forever. I don't ever want to get rid of it. This is the Jeep. This is the Cherokee that I've always wanted. I've really always wanted a two-door with the 5-speed. Especially in black, too. The black is a great color. I love it. So, alright, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And look forward to more Jeep videos. Take care, guys.